Hello, everybody, and welcome back for some more searching Skibidi Toilet Comic Studios around here for this thing as well. Where the few couple of videos that I just suggest, and I wouldn't able to be finding out as well that I just completely made a bad decision, since in that comic studio is the main thing, could be the Skibidi Toilet Comic Studio around as well. There are actually for heroes as for the TV mans and females as well, but which is includes for cameramans and speakermans and the oven mans. I'm probably not sure. They won't able to be exist for around for many years until it wasn't going to be found there that way. And probably for the last couple of videos, we already reviewed or checked out for the Skibidi Toilet, another Skibidi Toilet, the Ultra Skibidi Toilet, and the animated series. So, I'm not very sure this isn't going to be animated series like this, which could be stands for out for Roblox as well, even for only one reason for just like only for this thing as well. We already checked out for the Ultra thing as well, and many more animated comic studios like this. Another one, and probably there must be two more, is Bob's Skibidi Toilet and the DC2 toilets. So really right there as well, for the past few videos, we just already trying to find out what's not going to be going on for around here. Because we just eventually added a few more stickmans and Hot Wheels vehicles, including for the real life vehicles like as well. And we recently added for some Kikibon characters in the attack of the Skibidi Toilets last night as well. Probably that I just completely did right here earlier in the day as well. And even for around for many more like these things as well. We added a few differences like this and a few Cookie Run characters that we added for like those things as the Cookie Droid, Adventure Cookie, Mint Choco, Blueberry Pie, one thing for another side like this, one thing behind that some kind of toilet pope. There's Cream Puff Cookie, look at that here, the destroyed statue of Skibidi Toilets as well. Skater Cookie, another one is the Caramel Chalks Cookie, Rainbow Sherbet, and finally Firecracker Cookie. They're all faced against the Skibidi Toilets, but some other Cookie Run characters probably didn't realize. I already find out for searching around from the internet and web browserings what we did for actually for one thing as well for just yet. But another one was actually even more embarrassing for the previous video. But I just probably did for more previous videos like this things as the Skibidi Toilets have taken over the town. And probably they're probably in the bathroom as well. But something is absolutely taking a dump like those. And yes, this isn't going to be for such as expectation, but nothing reality is going on around here. But things have just completely changed by Donald Trump since February after Valentine's Day, even though this isn't going to be for very much at all. So, because of some sort of like this comic creator doesn't have any submitted sprites from anything from above. So let's get right here to Bob's Skibidi Toilet. Let's turn the spoilers on, and probably we definitely inside the Bob's Skibidi Toilet around here for such as a little bit as well. It got 6 categories maximum of the categories like themselves, which is going to be for even more categories won't be able to be to do so as well. So starting with cameramans, could be for around for the POV, the terrain vehicles, the camera woman as well, the camera chopper, and the mecha camera, and the camera tank, which is possible for some sort of other kinds of vehicles, even though there are probably for an existence around here. But based on Gary's mod, nope, this is not based on Gary's mod. This is actually based on Half-Life 2 vehicles, or even though, for many such as more vehicles that we came from, or some kind of drop ships, like anything as well, and some striders, and many more creatures like vehicles, even to do so. The speaker mans could be also features around with striders and the choppers, and many more titans, and a lot of more as well, probably. The TV mans could be for setting up for heli choppers, and many more like themselves. And the enemies could be for round skibidi toilets, are probably everywhere, and which is actually spreading the whole world and destroy everything from their like these things after the public use. There's no astro toilets except this, even though that wasn't going to be for necessary as well. So the next one could be the items as turrets, misnanos, the armor, super weapons, and astro stuff. But everything else wasn't absolutely exist for other categories. And well, there is nothing around here for many more of the Skibidi Toilet sprites of the effects. And finally, the backgrounds could be for around a lot of Skibidi Toilets for around here. But it says here, the real locations could be for around New York City, but this is absolutely for only one location. That must be for some sort of restroom, the wastelands. Dubai was abandoned, that must be going to be for 2 locations. The highway, the camera base, the TV base, Alpha Hill base, the Reckoned City, Desert Conflict, and the Screen Break. Alright, let's get it around for the New York City as well. It turns out it turns chaotic as well. You probably remember the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, expected for some sort of a 9/11 attacks. So another one could be the restrooms itself for some kind of real ridiculous. So there must be the desert, Divide look kind of fake, which means something is absolutely a little bit of rich, as nothing even possible to do so as well. The highways should be appearing a little bit fast. That must be for some sort of a little bit bunker as well. This is going to be inside of the base, and it probably almost look like Star Wars. The camera base could be based on the Citadel from Half-Life 2, and from some sort of like this thing, or really could be some sort of the Alpha Hill base was based on the Black Mesa Research Facility. This could be for Black Mesa Research Facility. The Reckoned City, I'm not probably sure, this isn't going to be for a little bit real. The Desert Conflict could be from, I don't really think this isn't going to be such as well. This is not based on Half-Life or Team Fortress as well. Nothing could be based on Call of Duty or other kinds of games from itself, or even really to do so. And lastly, the black screens. It could be even for to do this as well. So we didn't actually go to be checking out for the submitted sprites. We have only 2 left. There is absolutely for a limited amount of like this. So everything is no sprites around for the effects, items, and the backgrounds. So that will be it as well for this video. Could be really possible. So since we're going to do today is we're going to be reviewing for themselves as Skibidi Toilet posted comics for around here. So this is where for some sort of ridiculous things as well, even more explosions and many more like those things. This is some kind of a terrorism like those things, a large amount of like those things and content, but all overall was going to be even more ridiculous and cringe and lots of stuff over here. Pretty much more notorious as well. So there must be so many more videos or some kind of that played with audios. So we're gonna be finding to browse like anything as well. We searches around here from anything as well for non-animations like those things. And it wasn't going to be for around here, so let's go for the top ratings as well for some kind of this. So this is where it's not going to be actually been as well, and that sounds like a double war, double life, but it's ITVWGI by TUETV. This is actually for real double war like those things. And what about the most first videos of those things as well? And the first video or the first comic post belongs to this thing as well. And it's gonna be the title called My Own Skibidi Toilet Episodes Part 3. It's not gonna be the part 3 that says the episode 3 of this thing as well. And I'm not pretty sure, but I have seen from the internet videos, it was the shortest episodes what I ever seen from any content videos for around here for ridiculously that I have absolutely seen for around Gary's mod and many more for based on for some sort of Gary's mod whatsoever. And I have scrolled down, and more episodes become over here. And just like this, it was absolutely pretty ridiculous that I never be able to be possible to do so. So another one, it could be for exactly how underrated is that we just completely able to look around here for some sort of like this. Which is not going to be going for around here for some sort of like those things. But we absolutely head around for the oldest. But this is the since the initial release. Or the initial release like this. Let's go into the some kind of like this. Or the most top rated like this. Wasn't actually like pretty to do so. They wasn't absolutely going to be interested of Cookie Run Comic Studios like this. So another one could be recently found for around this thing as well. So it's just going to be reviewed for around here. But there are absolutely 5 comics in another comic studio for around here. And also, that wasn't going to be for some sort of like this thing as well. Especially, we already saw this in the last video. The previous video that I just saw was actually for one thing. But I absolutely didn't actually try to add for something as well. So, probably, I might going to get back here for this thing as well. Until I'll be right back once again that I just completely able to be saying right there. After costing 2 hours to edit for some crossovers itself, even more characters like for the Stickmans and including Gordon Freeman around here and for some sort of like this. Nothing is probably going to be inside of the laboratory as well that I just going to be searching from as well. We search from Chaos, Cars, and Cookie Run, and even much more as well, but seeing that for some kind of results, this is absolutely going to be, this is not the same video that I just made. It wasn't going to be the same video that I just made from her as well. Probably taking a dub, but I'm not very sure. She might going to be hold on to take on a restroom. And I'm probably pretty sure that Rainbow Sherbet Cookie might not gonna be doing this as well. Even I'm probably that we're going to be seeing this out before we're gonna be end of this video. But we definitely look at those things as well. but probably that we added for minor jets as well. We didn't mean to add it a little bit more because we just eventually added energy drink cookie, the savior from Jelly Walkers, probably another chopper as well, and skibidi toilets versus security guards or some sort of police custard soldiers in the museum. Probably skibidi toilets have been invaded the museum, and although the custard soldiers have on its way to take them down, there must be. Eventually, we added more jets to fly around and taking down with some skibidi toilets and monsters, and probably that must be a tractor from the movie Cars. Even that is absolutely that I just saw in the film when I was extremely little after I was born since that day. And it's not gonna be for probably that I just already seen that way. And yes, there must be a chopper as well, as of street urchin cookie as well. And nowhere to be found around here. There is a Lightyear blimp over here onto the shoreline as well in New York. Probably, I'm not very sure. It wasn't going to be for such as Rhode Island, which is probably fulfilled with Cookie Run characters on the beach, and even for themselves, that we currently added a little bit as well. Probably we seen as well in the factory or the laboratory or research facility. That could be for Stickman and Gordon Freeman, could be for around here somewhere, and fine to take down for even for some sort of skibidi toilets as well. Rainbow Sherbet Cookie was probably feel scared, and she's absolutely hold herself that in order to do this as well. When she might able to be getting surprised to get eaten by skibidi toilets, which is absolutely that she realized that wasn't going to be for a real thing. But nothing, just imagine how the real thing it is. But I have seen them from Crackback video, and I cannot believe it. This is absolutely notoriously weird. Is even possible. The Cookie Run characters on the shoreline could be Orange Cookie, Mango Cookie, Peach Cookie, Cherry Bomb Cookie, Gumball, the Gumball Cookie, the Walnut Cookie, another Taranhatsu Cookie. I'm not sure. That isn't going to be found as well pretty yet as well. Probably seeing this thing. Tangerine Tanghulu Cookie could be right over here onto the shoreline. There's Lime Cookie over here, Plum Cookie, and the agencies like themselves could be Almond Cookie. It's at the front side of like this thing as the front gate. I'm not pretty sure. He must be in far out of some sort of the shorelines. But quietly, Languid Chat Cookie and Cappuccino Cookie are probably for themselves at the beach. And that was going to be the end of this video for sure. If we're going to be find here, it's going to be into the link in the description below to be searching for Skibidi Toilet Comic Studio around here. If you might able to be browsing for using for recommended searches as well. And a lot of them as well for some sort of, and a huge total of almost 90% of cringe content could be around everywhere around here for it to do so. Nothing really possible going on out here isn't going to be really even possible as well. So thanks again for watching, for all your support, but don't forget the comic studio is going to be linked in the description for the main website in order to browse some comics anyways before it's going to get sued around here. Thanks for watching again and have a nice day. I'll talk to you mini lads and comic studio users all later as I'm going to be signing off.